All right, it's still good morning, Anambra, and we have another topic of great interest to discuss. This time around, it is the ban of illegal levies in our markets. Ban of illegal levies in our markets. That's the topic we are looking at. And we have a guest in the studio to help us look at this. Comrade Kanayo Obidibo. You're welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good to have you. Good to have you. We're talking about ban on illegal goods, and I think
tolls,
it's
not goods.
Tolls. Tolls. And right now, the government, the state government, has said they're going to pursue it with lots of vigor. Now it's been there.
Okay, let's take this information before actually we go into that. It has come to the knowledge of the Anambra state government that despite several measures and programs to make life better for our people, a number of criminally minded persons and groups have continued to devise all manner of methods to extort money from our people. Quite painful is the fact that the majority of victims of the extortion are the poorest in society. There is perhaps nowhere where this unconscionable practice takes place as much as the markets in the state and the streets and roads leading to them. These criminals collect levies unknown to the government. Some of the tolls are called ground tolls, container tolls, and the wheelbarrow tolls. Through these illegal tolls, importers, distributors, and retailers are forced to pay huge amounts of money. Worse, buyers of their products are compelled to part with various sums to cut them from one place to another, even when the goods are not transported in carts. This practice has led some people to seek to do business outside the state. The extortionists claim that the tolls are obtained on behalf of the Anambra state government. We would like to state for the upteenth time that these tolls are not only illegal but also unconscionable, even in the middle of the recent recession when various governments in Nigeria introduced different revenue-generating schemes so as to meet their basic responsibilities. Governor Willie Obiano rather introduced an economic stimulus package in a bold move to lessen the economic burden of the people. Cart pushers, often referred to as wheelbarrow men, were among the first set of the most vulnerable members of the society to be exempted from paying not only taxes but all kinds of revenue to the government.
It is therefore heartless for any group of people in the market or anywhere for that matter to harass helpless citizens going about their legitimate business for payment of so-called government tolls. Let it be emphasized here that wheelbarrow tolls, pitchers tolls, petty traders tolls, obstacle tolls, land tolls, container tolls, and barrow tolls remain abolished by the Governor Obiano administration. The state government hereby authorizes all security agencies in the state, especially the Nigeria Police Force, Department of State Security, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, as well as Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade, to arrest all the culprits who make life difficult for our people, especially the less privileged in the markets and on the roads and streets. The Anambra state government is committed to the evolution of a more humane, caring, and inclusive society. The government is also committed to promoting the ease of doing business in the state. We note with pride that Anambra state has, in recent times, recorded some notches up in the ease of doing business. We will sustain the momentum.
All those seeking private gains to the detriment of the Anambra state and their collective future will have no place in the state anymore. They must be made to feel the full weight of the law. Signed, Sidon Adenoba, Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment. Now, comrade, you've had it. What do you say concerning the announcement that the governor of Anambra State have brought out in that regard?
Thank you. What I would like to say is that ab initio, the government had made the pronouncement before now, even before the elections that brought him back. He gave the directives, like you rightly said, but it has been ignored. And they claim that is part of their window, the IGR thing to the government. But I do know and believe that 90% of whatever revenue they are generating from there does not go to the government purse.
Okay.
Reasons. They don't issue an approved government ticket for collection or receipts. You see? So, and how do you account for that? Therefore, for government to come up now to say that we are trying to reinforce our earlier directive that these petty traders, wheelbarrow, Okada riders, as at the time, should not pay all those taxes that does not actually reflect in the government treasury.
Okay, we know that the state government has given the directive. It's one thing to give the directive, and it's another thing to make sure that it is strictly adhered to. Now, this is not funny. Why? Because I don't know the plans on ground, how the government intends to go about this. But the thing is, these people who pay these bills, these levies, they are so helpless in the market, especially in the marketplace, that even as this is passed, you know, if nothing is done, the people who collect these levies will continue to harass and intimidate them to the point that if they don't even pay it, they won't work and nothing would happen. Everything just looks normal. So right now, I don't know the plans the government has towards it, because this is not the first time they are saying it. How do we go about this?
It is a very straight arrangement. Listen, for every market, every particular market, there is a president. They call either the president of the market or the chairman of the market. And all the sections within the market do have chairmen. Okay? The president of any market in Anambra State should be held responsible. Okay? And I do know that the Ministry of Commerce and Industry is part of the installation of the president of all the markets. They report to them because they work hand in hand. Therefore, all the ministries that are involved, all the parastatals that are involved, should be able to enforce this. The enlightenment is one thing. Then there is no way a petty trader should be victimized. Their voices should be heard. If there is going to be an avenue where they should be able to report to the relevant authority that we are being forced to do this, and then a petition is written and is verified, the president of that market should be held responsible. Okay.
All right. Last week, Thursday, Friday, there was a conference here in Oka, by the Southeast Governors Forum on the ease of doing business in the Southeast, especially in Anambra State. And one of the suggestions somebody made in that conference was that for everything that comes into the Southeast, most of them pass through Onitsha. Okay. And Onitsha is, the highest place that you see these illegal tolls being collected. Yeah. Now, coming into Onitsha through the head bridge, every morning, while coming to work, I pass through there. Okay. And there are these people that wield big sticks, they will be flashing you torch when you're passing. And those people they are looking for are lorries, they're not looking for cars anyway. So now, what do you think the state government can do, to stop? Because in the recent past, something horrible would have happened at that point, where somebody that is from Onitsha was coming down from the outside the country. On getting to that place, they stopped them. So the guy had to come down. They pushed the guy, and the guy unfortunately fell into a coming vehicle. So what do you think the state government can do to really stop these people? Because we are talking of ease of doing business, which the state government said they are keen into, and some of these things, forestall the ease of doing business in Anambra State.
Okay, now the government has took a stand, gave a directive, and there are relevant authorities that enforces it. You mentioned your child brigade, the Civil Defense Corps, the police, the DSS. These are the core sections of the security infrastructure in this country, and that issues are to be reported to them for enforcement. Okay? A situation where they are wearing sticks, having nails stuck to iron, long sticks, and then roll it on the coming vehicle for you to stop. Yes, there are few recognized fees that should be paid, like those of them who are moving the livestock. There's a provision that the law says, or within the state, that all the livestock being moved should pay X amount of money to those of them who are authorized. There are some authorized, but once government said we don't want this and it is not adhered to, the law must come up. A situation like you said, unfortunately the young man came down and he was pushed onto the oncoming vehicle, probably got wounded or lost his life. You see, sometimes it is very wrong when government makes a pronouncement guided by the law and people find one way or the other to circumvent it. So such situation, such people should be brought to book and be dealt with. And I'm using this opportunity to tell the Anambra people, once government has made a pronouncement, don't be timid about it, don't be shy about it, don't be intimidated. Go to the police, go to the child brigade, and lay your complaint.
It's easy to say these things because I want to speak for the poor masses. We know it is difficult when issues like this arise and you say we'll go to the police, we'll go to a child brigade. Yes, most of those people may go. But how do we even trust the police? How would they really go and pursue this matter vigorously? Because then again, we talked about the chairman. You talked about the chairman in various markets. How can we even trust them? How are we not even sure that they are the ones who, doing this thing secretly?
Okay, now that's where I blame the civil society organization in this country. A situation like that, the civil society organizations within the state should be able to partner with the government. After all, cases in civilized climate have been done on pro bono, even if you don't have money.
Yeah.
Okay, legal aid if you don't have money. Therefore, we know that we have moral burden among the security agencies. What I mean by moral burden, I mean a situation where a situation where you now go to lay a complaint and you turn out to be disappointed the way your matters are handled, even when it is genuine, by a police officer that you believe would have done the right thing. So I do share your feelings about the poor people in the market. The poorest people have been subjected.
Extortion.
When you look at what they have, assuming a woman that has a saucer of leaf, vegetable leaf, how much is it? And you're extorting money. A woman that has a small quantity of granite in a barrel.
Would even
how much?
A pure water bag.
Then pure water bag. So you see that we are not helping matters. But I will suggest that government should actually stamp their feet on this
All right. The program is Good Morning Anambra, and we are talking ban on illegal tolls in Anambra State. Please, the numbers are on your screen to call and ask any question or make your own contribution regarding the topic of discussion. Now, I'm so delighted that the Anambra State government is very much interested in this Igbo parlance, or say Egbe Belo Ugo Belo, that every business should thrive in Anambra State. And we know that when these businesses thrive, it's for our own good, Now, I don't know how the state government is going to do it, but let's begin at this point to look at what we stand to lose when these illegal tolls are not banned or they are not stopped completely in the markets in Anambra State. What's your take? What do we stand to lose? You
mean the government or mean the society?
The society generally. What do we stand to lose when these things are not banned? As regards ease of doing business, which the government has in mind.
As if it's not obeyed.
Yes, if the laws are not obeyed.
Okay, if the laws are not obeyed, in actual fact, it has a chain effect on our society. Okay, for instance, I live on Zik Avenue. I came in one day, and the wheelbarrow guy who was selling phone accessories. All
right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Your name and location.
Okay.
Tony, where is Tony calling us from? Hello, Tony. All right, try call us back, Tony. You were saying something.
So the wheelbarrow guy came and said his goods were taken away, and he was asked to pay 10,000. And then I said, it's actually in front of my house, and I have a shop by the corner, and who would have done that? He said it was 2 days ago. A petty trader, a young man, a situation where we are trying to force these guys out of the petty business they are doing. You are trying to increase crime.
Okay.
That is the effect. Okay. So, what the society intend to lose for government or for people not to listen to government directive has a long-term effect of problem in our society. Problem in the sense that when these young men probably who did not go to school and they took to trading, and you deny them the opportunity to earn a living,
or you try to frustrate
them. So they could turn to become criminals.
Okay, now if you actually look at what the commissioner also said here, that let's name some of these stores, because I think that's the problem. Now, most of those people who are in the market are so ignorant. Let me use that word, because don't you think they need to know which tolls people should pay for? For instance, now there are petty traders toll, wheelbarrow toll, pitcher toll, obstacle tolls, biscuit tolls, land tolls, container tolls, chair tolls. I don't get. Don't they need to know? Because that's the thing. When I don't know, I pay for anything. There's always a saying that what you don't know, you don't know. And what you don't know is bigger than you.
Yeah.
When they don't know, they pay for anything. And most of them, like I said, ignorant, probably they're not even learned. So you come to tell them that say it's compulsory, you pay this. So what exactly do you think the state government should do? Is it coming out with a well-planned, stuff, a list of what should be paid for, so these petty traders would know what they're delving into?
Yes, I think on that note, the Ministry of Commerce that liaises with most of the market executives should be able. Like, I'm not too sure, but I can comfortably agree that most of these tools are being.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Your name and location.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, your name and location, quickly.
So I believe that Ndokashi actually shot a general that actually fabricated the gun. You see, in the market, if the president of any market is not involved in all these collections, it will stop.
All right.
So they should be held responsible.
As a way of summary, in your best opinion, what do you think is the best thing government can do to really see that this ban takes effect?
Okay. In actual fact, like I said, the Commissioner for Commerce and Industry should be able to have a forum to get all the market chairmen and make sure that this information they read or heard over the news is handed over to them in a forum, a formal forum, that from today, government has issued a directive. This should not happen. This should happen. That's where what you said should be able to be handed over to them. And then enforcement is the second step. There should be enforcement. The Ocha Brigade should, and the government should recruit some more hands, because it is very wide. We have the Ekulobe market, we have the Newi market, we have the Oka market, we have the Onitsha market, we have the Ihala market, we have big market, the Orumba market. These are big markets where all these things are being, forced on petty traders to pay.
All right, we'd like to thank you so much, Comrade Kana Ayobidibo, for coming on the show. At this point, we'd like to thank you very much for watching, viewer. Sorry, we can't take more calls for want of time. We thank you so much for your time. Remember that Anambra belongs to us, and we have to make it a better place for all of us, for business to thrive. My name is Nonye Mokoye.
And I'm Iberi Ogunna. Many thanks for joining us today. Not to forget that the news will be coming at 9 o'clock, and of course at 9:15 will be time for sports, bringing to you the best of sporting stories. And this is it, what we're calling it a day today. Many thanks for joining us.